Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Corey Has a Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Easley of the world famous Corey Easleys. How you doing? What's going on? How are you? It's summertime in New York City again, which means we're starting to remember what it was like when last year when the humidity was gross and it was uncomfortable outside, and it hasn't really been sunny enough for my liking this week, but what are you gonna do, right? In the summertime, you're like, damn it, I wish it was a little cooler. In the fall, winter, you wish it was warmer so you could, nobody's ever happy. So you just got to figure out how to make yourself happy. It is Pride. Happy Pride to all the people out celebrating Pride today. I hope personally in my heart that everybody can, be safe and nothing bad happens to anyone out there. There's been a lot of craziness going on in the world, and I really just don't understand why we can't just let motherfuckers enjoy themselves without ruining it with violence and hatred. Also, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's June 25th when I'm recording this, so I've essentially waited till the end of the month to say that. And it's only because I only found out this morning. Or maybe I knew that already and I forgot about it. Does that count as knowing something when once upon a time you knew this information, totally forgot about it, got reminded of it somehow? Maybe you saw something on social media, one of your friends mentioned it in passing or whatever, and you're like, oh, does it count as you knowing that? I don't think so. I think I relearned something. So it's news to me. But I like that idea because, I think it sucks that it's on Pride Month because I feel like we're focused on Pride, right? Which we should be. Like, everybody should have their time. Men's Mental Health Awareness. Is there a month that isn't a thing, right? Can we just have that month so that way people could give a shit about our emotional well-being? I don't know. I don't know who's in charge of assigning the months to the people. I don't know who makes those rules. Does everybody get like time off work for this? Like, how does this shit work? Anyway, I was thinking about my ongoing running shopping list, right? If you live anywhere and you got to maintain your household, you hopefully are buying the shit and using the shit you buy, right? So if you're buying things that you use often, you end up having to replace them, right? Unless it's like you buy in bulk, right? And I feel like I really just realized how many eggs I eat. Like, I eat 35 eggs a week plus egg whites. And when I say a week, I mean like 7 days. I eat 35 eggs in 7 days every single week, right? And it's like, how could you do that? Do you get tired of eggs? No, not really. I mean, some people really like to go and they're like, I can't eat the same thing every day. It's boring to me. It is like, I'll go crazy if I eat the same shit every day. And I'm like, really? Because I just I get really excited to eat the same breakfast every day. And there's things I like, right? Like, when I was a kid, I loved Frosted Flakes, and I was like so happy to wake up every day and pour the Frosted Flakes in the bowl. I pour the cereal in the bowl before the milk. Okay, I've seen people do the other way around. I think that's crazy. I think that's like, let me tell you things I do that I think are totally normal. I put the cereal in the bowl, and then I'd put the milk in. That's what I would do. I put on one sock, one shoe, one shoe. I don't put on a sock, a whole shoe, tie that shoe, and then put on the other sock, and then the whole shoe, and then tie that shoe. I don't do that. I think that's insane. If somebody does that, I think that's a red flag, and I think you should watch that person closely because they may have other things that could be a danger to you and anyone around them, and including themselves. Right? Can you imagine you put on one shoe and one sock and then a stampede happens and you got to run as fast as you can from all the rhinoceroses, and the zebras and all those animals. They killed Mufasa. Whoa, he's back again on the Mufasa shit. And then you only have one sock and one shoe on. How crazy and unfortunate would that be? How you going to protect your family with one sock and one shoe tied on it, right? You got a bare foot. Now your bare foot's all ruined. I don't know, man. It just seems crazy to me. Making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Typically, I use a spoon, right? I don't use a butter knife or any of that shit. I use a spoon. My dad taught me that. He's a veteran PB&J maker, peanut butter and jelly. 15 years running, PB&J champs, Bronx, New York. Look it up. We've been in the papers. But no, I use a spoon to spread it, right? And I used to be really rigid about, I put the peanut butter on first and then I put the jelly on. But now I do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for me. Sometimes I've heard crazy stories about people putting the peanut butter and the jelly on the same side, like doing a layer of peanut butter and then a layer of jelly on top. How do you do that? I've heard of people saying they do that. Or remember when like Goober came out, like it was like a mixture of peanut butter and jelly together, and you just spread like. And I just think that's kind of lazy, and you get less of each thing in the same size jar. It's kind of a ripoff, in my opinion. But anyway, these are just some things I do know. But I was thinking about my ongoing shopping list recently, and I'm just like, all right, so oftentimes you got to pick up eggs. What else do you use a lot at home? Paper towels, right? Toilet paper, dish, liquid. We have a dishwasher. So you can get like the fucking pods, which every time I pick up a pod, I'm like, people were eating these. They don't even smell good. Like, you know, a certain shit that you're not supposed to eat smells good. You know what I mean? Like, pods isn't wonderful. I'm trying to think of something like Play-Doh. Like, every time I've held Play-Doh in my hand, I'm like, I want to eat this. Every time I hold Play-Doh, anytime I open a little fucking, that's not a jar, but you know, the little thing that Play-Doh comes in. Every time I open a little Tupperware with Play-Doh, I keep my Play-Doh in the Tupperware. Every time I open the Play-Doh, I'm like, I could eat this. I could eat this for sure. It just smells good in a funny way. Not like, it doesn't smell like any familiar food I've eaten, right? It doesn't smell like the peanut stands that when you walk by and be like, oh. It doesn't smell like Cinnabon at the airport when you walk by and you're like, oh man. You know, like it's enticing. But you know, and that's what it is. But you know, but you need hand soap. You need body wash. I was gonna say body soap. You know, shit like these, just constantly like just refilling. And they have services now where you can put it on a schedule where, you know, every week you just get replenished with all the shit you need. And I think that's cool. I think convenience is cool, right? Like people will pay for convenience. Now, certain shit is just a ripoff to me. I recently paid my taxes, right? And as I was going to pay my taxes, there was a fee to pay my taxes. So I had to pay my taxes essentially. And I was just really fucking annoyed about it. And it wasn't even like a lot of money. Like it wasn't even enough money for me to get on the fucking subway with, right? Like to get a Metro card swipe in New York City, people. I know some people live in like Australia that listen to this podcast. Good day, mate. Let's try to put a shrimp on your barbie. Yeah. And it was just an upsetting amount of like, why do I have to pay, right? But it is what it is. Like people just talk about money every day and they talk about how good it is to have it and how much your life sucks if you don't have it. And that's true. But like, there's just too, like every time I pay taxes, I'm like, why do I have to deal with some of the shit that I have to deal with living in the city that I live in every single day, and I'm paying these goddamn taxes? So, you know, we just need to be better as a society. We need to take care of, you know, maybe I should be a politician. We need to take care of the city we live in. We all share it, right? But just you can't win because not everybody cares about everything, right? Like not everybody, like I'll see people leave in the gym. I'll see people like come in with like iced coffee or a latte or something, and it's like it looks like it has a lot of milk in it. I don't fucking know. I don't drink milk in my coffee, but it's always like a light brown, fucking 4 milks, 2 sugars type situation. And they'll just like, I saw a cup of coffee abandoned on a dumbbell rack where the dumbbells are, and I just thought, what kind of piece of shit does this? We all have to share this space. You ever get on a train and someone like, I saw a teenager one time eating pizza, and you know how when you go to like a pizza shop in the city, they give you like the white plate, like the paper plate and the bag and shit, and it's like halfway like the pizza's like out of the bag a little bit so it gets to breathe, so you don't burn the roof of your fucking mouth on the cheek. You know when you burn the roof of your mouth and you decide, fuck it, I'm just going for it anyway, and you're like, and you're like fucking stuffing it down your throat, but it burns your throat all the way down and you feel it in your chest all the way down. This kid was eating his pizza and he finished the pizza and the brown paper bag and the fucking paper plate, throws it on the train tracks while he's waiting for the train. That's it, throws it on the train tracks. There's fucking trash receptacles all over the platform. Why does nobody give a fuck? And it really upsets me. And the older I get, the more mad I get about it. And I just remember being a kid, if I dropped something on the ground, my father would make me pick it up with my ass. Now that's a Deuce Bigelow reference, but my father would make me pick it up and fucking and throw it in the trash. You know? We got to take care of the place we live, right? And who cares, right? Like, I'm screaming into a void. I know that we all gravitate to people that are like us. So the people that listen to my show are like, yeah, throwing shit on the ground is gross. Throwing shit on the ground is a fucking turnoff. Can you imagine being on a first date with somebody? They open their gum wrapper and then they just throw it on the fucking ground. And you're just like, I'm never going on a second date with this person. But there's people that won't listen to this because I said littering is bad. And they're like, I don't see a problem with it, you know? And then they'll let their kids do it, and it just perpetuates this system of a bunch of people being a piece of shit. Because when a kid's a piece of shit, it's their parents' fault. Now, my shopping list. So, coffee, run out of coffee, you got to get it. I was just talking about that a couple weeks ago. But there's certain things that you do buy, that come with a lot in the pack, right? Like coffee filters, for example. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, you'll buy coffee filters, 100 coffee filters in a pack. That's a huge chunk of a year if you're making a pot of coffee a day, right? That means that's enough that when you start getting close to running out, you might not even realize. And then you have a day or two where you're like, you got to improvise a little bit, or you just got to go outside and spend fucking $18 at Gregory's Coffee or something. Or you can go to Starbucks like a normal person. I mean, you know, but people like to sleep on Dunkin'. You know, I'm an East Coast boy. I think Dunkin' Donuts is good. I don't care what anybody says. I grew up around Dunkin', and America used to run on Dunkin'. Now, all of a sudden, people act like they're too good for Dunkin'. I'm going to tell you something right now. Dunkin' is consistent. When you get a medium at Dunkin', that shit will last you all fucking day. All right? You get a medium at Starbucks, it's smaller. It's not even called a medium. It's called a fucking grande, and it's tall, but it's skinny. It's like a fucking noodle compared to that fat hog you could get at Dunkin' Donuts. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I just think we need to be a little bit more realistic and honest about our expectations of That's it. I'm done. No, shopping list. What else do I need? Hot sauce. I've run out of hot sauce. I put hot sauce on my eggs. I'm a hot sauce on the eggs kind of guy. I knew this one dude put hot sauce on everything. Like, he put hot sauce on a peanut butter jelly sandwich, which is fucking insane. I'm not even kidding. This dude, he was like, yeah, I put hot sauce on everything. And he would say things like, I'm doing this keto diet. You know, if I eat that, I'll get kicked out of keto. He would say things like that before I really understood what keto was. And I still, don't fully understand what keto is. I know everything has carbs in it. People are afraid of carbs. People but now everybody's talking about, it's funny how everybody shifts into one direction. It's so much easier with social media too, right? Like, it's so much easier for everybody to be talking about something. And now we all think we're an expert on it and we all do it. And we proselytize it to our friend. Look at me throwing fucking big jargon out to our friends and all this shit because we want everybody to get on the wave and people that get mad that you aren't doing what they're doing. You know, it's all a distraction. All the basic ways to take care of yourself are the things that people don't want to do, right? Go to bed at a reasonable time. Drink water, like drink water. Don't try to like put Crystal Light in it and make it taste like Kool-Aid or something. Just drink water like an adult, like a human. Exercise. You don't need to fucking become a bodybuilder. You don't need to become a CrossFit elite athlete or a fucking power lifter or a marathon runner. Just exercise. Have sex with someone. Be honest with your friends and your family. Create boundaries that keep you sane and protect your mental and emotional well-being, right? That's all you got to do. And if you don't like something in your life, you can change it. Listen, guys, I hope that you all have an amazing week. I hope that you finish off your Pride Month strong. Bros out there, mental health awareness. Give one of your boys a pat on the back and say, hey, man, you're doing all right. Hey, you all right. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later. Peace.